Hello, I'm Bill Dawson, Franklin Park Conservatory and Botanical Gardens, doing a little distance learning from my garden. And today we're going to talk about the proper way to plant a tree. And so today I've got a Japanese maple. It's a pretty good size in age. It's about 10 years old, and it's been growing in this nursery pot for a long time. So I actually had to cut it out of that nursery pot, get it over here. So the first thing I wanted to do was take a look at the roots. And of course they've been growing around in a circle for some time. So I've taken my soil knife and I've roughed it up a little bit all the way around it. I want to get those roots coming out into the soil, so it's going to reach out into the new soil. I've dug a large hole. What I actually did is I set the tree here where I wanted it, and I looked at it from a couple different angles. Make sure it looked good from all directions, looked good from the house. Thought about the ultimate size of the tree, and it'll get about an 8-foot spread and about maybe 12 feet tall at maturity. It's a beautiful Japanese maple, and so I dug the hole really twice the size of the pot, and more importantly to the depth which it was growing. So I've made a measure how it was growing in the pot. And then in the hole here should be ground level or just a little bit higher, especially if you've got a high clay content soil. Then I'm going to take the tree and let it kind of do the work for me and just let it roll in, set it in the center of the hole. And you can see there, just about at the level here. And we're going to then take the backfill, which I put all around the edge. Going to sprinkle a little granular fertilizer in the backfill. What you can also do, if you've got high clay content soil, you can add some topsoil in. You don't want to bury the tree entirely in topsoil. It's going to cause a flush of roots, and then it's going to hit that hard clay and it's going to suffer. So you really want to use your native soil that you dug from the hole. You can amend that a little bit. So then it's a matter of looking at the tree. Does it have the right angle, and is it straight? So it looks pretty straight to me. I may want to turn it just a little bit. Get that high branch off to the back a little bit. What I'm really trying to do is cover the pole behind me, the view from that, and then it's a matter of just backfilling. Darby's not much help today. He loves to watch, but this is also a good practice of social distancing. Whenever I get a shovel out, the wheelbarrow, a big tree, everybody seems to disappear. So I end up doing it myself with Darby watching. And they also say, when is the best time to plant a tree? That's 20 years ago. Planting a tree is about faith. You believe that this tree will grow for the next generation. It teaches you patience, and it also it's good to get out here and get the physical exercise. So I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to work that soil in around those roots, and it'll settle in. So that's all down in there. And the next important part is building a saucer around the edge of that tree using your backfill. Just like that. What you're doing is building a well for your water to get down to the tree roots. You never want to put any soil on top of the tree ball. You see the root flare right here. You want to make sure you're at the same level. All this hill here is going to settle in. But what we're doing is creating a saucer right at the edge of your hole. And that's about it. We're going to give it some water. What you do, you have that ring around there. It is going to settle back down to ground level. And we're really going to fill that. Let that water come up in the saucer. Once it does, you get a good amount of water in there. And you let that settle in. You do that 3 or 4 times. And then be sure and water this really every day until it gets established. Filling in the saucer a few times. Then you can put your mulch around the ring as well. You don't need a lot of mulch up against the tree trunk. Just taper it up over here. And then all this will settle down ground level. If you have any adjustments to make right now, as far as if it's leaning, now would be the time to do it. Give it another fill. It's going to settle that soil in there. So, in another segment, we're going to do some pruning on this tree. We're going to talk about the 3 Ds of pruning. So, get out there, plant a tree, go outside, plant your future. And so this is Bill Dawson, from my garden to yours, for the Franklin Park Conservatory.